Hey, this is Paul with the Mountain Man Chronicles. I hope you're doing well. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I let AI plan my last overland trip. Yes, it did. And what it did is it took that time from 5 hours to about 10 minutes, and that completes a whole trip. That means gas stops, camp spots, any kind of unique place that you can think of that you can put in there. I let AI go find it, let it build the route, let it set the waypoints, and schedule it out. Now, I wrote a script for this that'll work in Claude and ChatGPT. I've tried them both. I use them both. And I will give you that clip at the end of the video, or somewhere in the video. I'll have a link to it that you can go find. So if you're interested, watch the video, you get the link. If you have questions or if you want to do some changes to it, let me know what you're interested in. I'm going to take you through everything that comes out when you use AI to plan a trip. I think you're going to find it interesting in all the detail that you can get. I like that kind of thing. Part of the reason why I overland is to see history and discover things, and this will give you more information than you'll ever need to know. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what your thoughts are on the video, and thanks for watching.
Welcome to the Mountain Man Chronicles, where the spirit of adventure comes alive. I'm thrilled to have you join our journey into the great outdoors. I'm Paul Piazza. I'm your guide through the wilderness and the storyteller behind the Mountain Man Chronicles. I hope you share in our love and appreciation of what this great world has to offer.
Any of you that have been overlanding for a long time understand how complicated it was to create a route or a trip when you're going overlanding. First of all, you'd have to go into Google or Onyx. I use Garmin to plan your different routes. Then you plan the route, you set your waypoints that you want to go down to, and you draw the map along the way. Then you got to think about, okay, what am I going to see? Then you spend countless hours of going to see, like airplane crashes. Those of you know me, I love old historic things, ghost towns, mining camps, prairie homesteads, petroglyphs, you name it. That's old churches, a lot of historical stuff. So in the old days, I'd have to go through everything. Now, and I still do that a little bit, but you don't have to do it as much. I can plan the whole trip in 10 minutes by putting in the simple script that I have that looks along the route for certain key things, and that's in the script. So it'll do the searches, and it literally goes through hundreds of websites to find that information, and then plans out your whole route that's going to do it. Now, recently, I did this route by hand, see what I found, and then I did it by AI. When I compared the two, AI caught everything I found, and it caught another 22 places I could go. Now, I set a parameter when I do that, and we'll talk about that as well, because if you don't set a parameter, it'll go crazy on you, and you don't want to do that. So I've written a whole script that we're going to go through. Let's not forget, though, part of this is wanting to have an adventure, right? So you want to have it somewhat of an adventure. You want to set what that adventure is going to look like and where you're going to go. But I also like to have details on what I see in an adventure. Raylene and I saw this big old church, and we had to go back and I had to research the crap out of it to find out what it was. Now, if the AI found it, it would give me, I could have it give me all the details on it and what we're looking at. So as we go look around it, we can understand the history of it, and we're not guessing. Now, guessing is part of the fun, but understanding is more fun. So that also is one of the byproducts of doing it this way, is you can get a lot more details, particularly if you're bringing people with you. You can print out a little book, and I tend to do that when I go out with people, is I'll print out a little book of things that we're going to see and different things that we're going to do. You know, what's the good, bad, and ugly? If you've ever seen any of my review videos, what is the good, bad, and ugly about it? I think the good is easy use, right? You're not spending hours to do that. The bad is you have to still know where your starting point is and where your end point is, and understand the route and have some ideas. AI is not always 100% perfect, so you do got to double check it. That is some of the bad. And I think the ugly is you got to make sure that you're prepared for any seasons, you double check the roads, and do some minor double checking. You'll find when you use AI to do it, it's about 99% right. I haven't really been steered wrong, including my emergency bypasses. Now, as you're thinking about what you're planning, here's some things in the good, bad, and ugly you got to think about. Point A and point B are the most important, right? Where do I want to go? Second thing is, how long is your trip going to be? So how many days? So like the script I use is for a 3-day trip, and then it's up to 120 miles a day. So set up your mileage you want to go for a day. Then the type of trails you're going to do. I take my Jeep here, and oftentimes, because I have the dogs with me, I want to stay on milder roads. So I tell it to stay on dirt roads, don't go rock crawling. I don't mind shelf roads. I don't mind things like that. If rain's with me, I'll adjust it. That's important to do. So understand where you want to go, the types of roads you want to travel on, and how far you want to go every day. Also it helps put in how many miles you get to a gallon when you're overlanding, because it'll actually calculate when you need gas. It'll tell you if you need to get gas or not. It's reasonably accurate there, so it'll help you plan ahead as well. It'll help you with the type of terrain, so if you're not really big on shelf roads, you can say avoid shelf roads. You can also look at the different elevations and stuff like that. What kind of elevations am I climbing and doing? So there's a lot of detailed information that you can get out of doing it with AI as you do it. And we're going to go through the script of this.
All right, now when I initially created my script a long time ago, I started out really simple and I got really bad results, right? So the first biggest mistake you can do is start out too simple. Is plan me an overlanding trip with no details. You're going to get a lot of crap and you're going to end up going in circles. What I did is I started getting smarter and I started to go, okay, what can I do to make it a planning assistant and add in more requirements? So I created a simple paragraph and used that. Then once I got that, I got some basics to go with, and I actually got pretty good results from doing this. But now I've created a longer script that's 12 pages that we're going to go through here in a moment that'll take you to more detail, and you're welcome to use it. I'll send it over to you. That it's a full script that you just put in whatever you want in there. It'll go and find you a route on a certain way and export it. I'm going to take you through that here shortly. So this is the old script that I used to use, and now we're going to go into the new one. So whenever I create a prompt, I usually give it a final objective. Where do I want to start? You'll see some common things that I've talked about here. It's a GPX instructions, tells me what I want to get, gives me the file objective, and then there's different parts of this that we're going to go through. So it's 12 pages, this document, so it's pretty thorough. And the details that we're going to point out when it comes through, when I take you through ChatGPT to see the different steps that it comes out with, you'll see how detailed it is. So this is step 1. So you see here, this is where I had planned to look at different things, right? So here's all the different, basically, rules I have. So use Forest Service roads, BLM, abandoned ghost towns, things like that. Starting location, you put in here, and it tells you where to go. Then we can look at the 30-mile corridor rules. You can expand that and look here. And then it tells me what I want as a final project. You'll see here that I put stop steps in this, right? So here's my final waypoint. I want a separate GPX, and then I want an Excel table of everything that I'm going to see. Now, step 1 is I tell it to do by step. I like doing that because I can review what steps they are. So analyze existing routes, create a GPX, look at the corridor of where I'm going to go, look for these things, all this. Then step 2, see, I put the pause in here at the end of step 1. So it'll tell me all the locations, everything I need to do. Then it stops and it asks you to do that. What I want to see is, what is the outcome from step 1? So I had to do that because I can go back and tell it to refine it if I need to. Step 2 is build my AI database. It's going to show me all these different things, and I'm going to show you what this looks like in ChatGPT. Step 3 is create the waypoint GPX files. And then step 4 is build my route and have it all do that, and this sets my vehicle requirements. And then camping requirements, fuel planning, dog-friendly planning, route summary, then create the route in GPX files and export it, and then create some rules along the way. And then this is all the different things that it has to set up. So that's the plan that you set in the project of ChatGPT. All right, so as we look at this, what we're going to look at is what did we do to plan. So the first thing I did is I put in the location, right? I could have done this in the file, but I did it here as well. So I put the user rules in this project. This is a project, if you can see over here. So as we put it in there, then I put in the locations. Now the location is going to be up at Capitol Rock. I'll show you where that is in a moment. And then we're going to go, I want to go towards Montana. So that is the goal here. And you'll see here is it just goes through the steps, right? It's going to say, okay, we're starting and ending here. We're going to look at different existing ones. Going to go through all the different things. Looking at the corridor. It's pulling out all the information. What I found really cool about it is it'll give you a map to look into, right? So if I want to see this map, I can, assuming it's going to work. But I can take a look at the map. I can see, okay, here's what it found for locations. Here's some of the cool things that it found. And go through that. And the second part of it is it starts to pull out all the information. I can see what the confidence is. It's going to tell me what the type of trail it is. And this is all things that will come out. And I actually have it programmed to say, spit this out in a spreadsheet. Also gives me how many miles I'm driving per day and information like that. So that's the first basis. It's saying, okay, how do we get from A to B to take a look. And then it's going to do some more deep diving, and that's what it does. And then it says here, stop and continue the next step. So basically what it is in the first step, it does a high-level view of, okay, here's where we want to go. How do we get there from here, right? So what's next once we get there? Then it goes to step 2, and step 2 gives you a lot more detail, right? So we can see the Battle of Slim Buttes, AI review gap. Now I had it add AI to every waypoint, so I know it was added to that. So now it went through and found this list of all these GPS waypoints that were in the 30-mile corridor. And it's actually adding that to my trip plan. So now I have options, right? So now I went from just a basic trip to all of these different corridors. It ranks them, tells you what kind of road to get to them, tells you where they are, tells you some information about them, right? So this is basic information about them. And then it comes to there and it says download Excel table, right? So let's take a look at this. This is the detailed table, right? So now I have historical significance. What do we want to see? The road type that's going to it. A lot more information if I want to see it. And this is downloadable, right? So I can print this out for every trip. And it gives me, and it's nice and it looks good, right? So it gives me all the information on things I want to see. So for example, Capitol Rock. It's some information on it. It is a great photography stop, by the way, if you ever want to go there. Here's a campground. Here's a historic core. It's a frontier area, ranger district area. Here's a quarry. All sorts of different things. So I can say, okay, what do I want to look at? I can make some logical decision. So here's a lost settlement that I'm going to go look at. So here's some things that I would want to go look at that I have more details. Nice thing about that is I can make a decision. Now it goes here, stops, and then I can print that out, right? So, and then here's the research. Here's the Excel file at the bottom of that. Step 3, it's going through and it's downloading all the GPX files, right? So it's going to go through that. Now I can download the separate GPX files. I separate the routes from the GPX files, and I'll get to that in a moment. Part of the reason why I do this again, I like to have the details so I can choose on what I want to go see. Second thing is I separate the waypoint, so I have a separate waypoint file. And when I use Onyx or I use Garmin, I use both. I'll set up 2 different folders. One's with the GPX, the other one's with the routes. Because honestly, even in Onyx, you have to go through and reroute it so it sticks to the roads. It just draws straight lines. That is one of the bad things with it that I did mention earlier in a good, bad, and ugly, but it is a bad thing, right? So you're going to get routes, but you can easily draw those routes in Onyx. A little bit harder in Garmin. And then step 4, it's going to go through and it's going through and actually building the routes out, right? So here's 1, 2, 3. It's telling us basically where it's going to go at the route at a glance. Then it's starting to plan day 1. So you're going to get routes for day 1. Set up your day 1 camping spot options. Day 2, day 2 camping spot options. Day 3 camping spot options. Look, it tells you what your food and water is based on what you use, based on the gas mileage that you put in there. It does tell you if there's any fire concerns. Now, if you have Onyx or some of those tools, it'll tell you if there's any previous fires. Gives you the Forest Ranger district areas, so you can see what Forest Rangers are in there. And then a full route summary. Now, this I have to write in today. I realized I didn't. That I can make this into an Excel table too, so it gives me a full route summary. Then step 5, it tells me all the GPX tracks are complete, everything is complete, and I go through and I can download it. So that is what it does in ChatGTP. It's that easy, and it sets it up, and it's that accurate. All right, so this is the Capitol, I call it the Capitol Rock area. You'll see it's right above Sioux Falls. It's up here near the Montana border and North Dakota, South Dakota border. It's up in this region, right? So first of all, I'm looking at Onyx, and this is in Onyx Maps. So the first thing I did was I downloaded the Capitol Rock different waypoints. So I told it to start at Camp Riva. It's a great campground. And then go through and draw out all my waypoints. So here's all my waypoints, different ones. And then it's going to end up over here. So this is where I told it to do. Then as I mentioned, I told it this is my endpoint out here. And I told it I wanted to end the point there. So basically it drew the route as a straight line. Now if I go into Onyx, and I'm not going to go into Onyx and how to set up a route, but you can go in and set up routes. But now what I've done is I've planned my whole trip, right? So I can go in, look at the different things. They're already labeled, so I can see over here that this is the Wiki Gulch. I can see here Capitol Rock. I could see here Lantern Springs Campground, another campground. Tripod Lookout, which is a really cool one. I can come up over here, see this, McNabb Pond. I can see that one, another campground. So I can see all the different cool things. Over here, Slim Buttes. Battle of Slim Buttes. This is Riva Campground. So that is some of the GPS I put in there. Now, I didn't load all the rest of the 50 in here, but I can. They're in here as well. So if I go in here into my content, and then I go into other Capital Rock files, let me see here. View all. So you'll see here that I have other Capital Rock files in here. I can look at that, right? So basically, if I want to look at Capital Rock, I can, and I can get a good detail of the different things to see as I go out there. Or I can come in here and just look at them all, right? So here's Camp Gulch. So basically, that's the end result, right? You just take the files, you import the GPX files, and if you don't know how to do that, you basically go to imports, go to wherever you save the files, hit import. I save it as the current folder, and it puts them in there. So now I took it from having to go through this, search it all, to go through and find out what's cool here and what's going to go look at. And I can go look at the different trails here and go explore in Onyx, right? Same, very similar in using Garmin. And I have a separate Garmin video up here on this on its own. So I hope you liked today's video. Again, I'm happy to share the file. You'll see a QR code up here on the right-hand side. That's going to take you a link to Drive to go download that file. If it's something you're interested in, let me know. If you have any thoughts on it, or if you want to know how to do it, happy to walk you through how to load it all in ChatGPT and get it going. Remember, be safe. Remember to live, learn, and explore. Hopefully this will have you a chance to get out there, have a little more fun. Also, take a look at this video up here where I did this on a Garmin as well. So if you're interested in seeing how you do it on a Garmin, I have a video around that. Pretty simple setup, but I'd say it's pretty much a game changer when you're planning to go do trips. Hope you enjoy your time overlanding, and thank you again for watching Mountain Man Chronicles. Take care now. Bye-bye.